is that it's kind of a funny thing to talk about Trinity Sunday because on one hand, everybody comes in to the font, does this. We say in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. It's so ingrained in us that we forget that this is something we really don't understand. Who can understand what words can express the Trinitarian God? One God, three persons. Not 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, but 1 + 1 + 1 is 1. What helps me understand the Trinity is this icon we put this out every year at least once, of course, for Trinity Sunday, but the idea of the three angels who visited Abraham, and it's a early image of the Trinity as they come, and Abraham recognizes the specialness about them, and he offers them a meal. They appear, and they are talking to each other, and this has always in the church been a reference to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And in this image from the 15th century by an iconographer named Andrei Rublev, you notice here that they're all looking at each other, and what's spectacular to me is that they have this conversation occurring, and their feet are touching. Just this sense of oneness, yet three. And it just sort of, in a sense, it sparks your imagination to try and figure out this mystery of God. And in a sense, we never will. Our words cannot do this. What we do instead to understand God, this triune God, as best we can, and we see this in our creed, in our teachings, is that we look at the actions of God. If I were going to say, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which one is the creator? What would you say? Father. Which is the Redeemer? The Son. And what's the other one? Holy Spirit. Yeah. The sanctifier, the one who makes us like God, the one who forms a church, who brings a church together so that we can be saved by becoming more and more like God as God works in us. The Holy Spirit's often that quiet one, we think, but Augustine called him the love between the Father and the Son. So we look at that way by the actions that they do. But that in itself is imprecise. Another way we look at it, and it's also in our creed, we would look at the relationships. The Father is the Father because He has a Son. The Son is the Son because He has a Father. And yet, is it really like us? Not exactly. We are sort of a metaphor. We are a metaphor for the triune God. God in His mercy gives us this understanding by giving it in our words the best that we can make sense of this. And even the incarnation, God becoming one of us, is God trying to reach out and say, this is what it's like. This is who God is. In fact, I would suggest this really when it comes down to it. The only way we're going to understand God is to enter into a relationship with Him ourselves. We have to experience it. I've used this metaphor a lot because I really like it. Do you remember this? Don't tell me if I've said. How many times have you heard this? 4? I don't know. But Louis Armstrong met this lady once, a jazz musician, and she asked him, "Sir, please tell me just what exactly is jazz music?" And he looked at her and said, "Lady, if you don't know now, you'll never know. You got to experience it. You've got to enter into it. You have to enter into this relationship with God to find out what that love is, because God is love. In fact, 1 John 4 says this, "Beloved, let us love one another." First it says, "For love is of God." So if you are loving, what are you? You're expressing something that is of God. You are of God. And then it goes on further. It says, not only is God love of God, but then at the end of this sentence, this verse, it says, because God is love. The degree to which we love is the degree to which God has saved us. The degree to which we love with the love of God, because God is love, is the degree to which you and I know God. If you want to know God better, Ask God to give you the spirit of love, that He sends that love into your heart and it's shed abroad to others. Then you will understand who God is. Then it will make more sense. There is no law for those who love, because perfect love is the fulfillment of all the expectations of God as God works in you and me. Our creeds are an indication of our lack of love. It's good. They teach us everything. But if we loved perfectly, we would need no creed because it would be clear to us. Every heresy is a failure to love. It's a failure to recognize God. Every conscious sin is our failure to love God. And yet God, through Christ, has covered us with His mercy. He has covered us with His Son, which is what this baptism will do today. We are going to clothe two children with Christ so that when God sees us, He sees the perfection of God who is making Himself known to these two little kids today. The God who is making Himself known to you. And to all the people out there, I will say it clearly, please understand this. You have loved ones who are not following Christ. You have loved ones that are in other religions, others this and that and the other thing. I will tell you this, if they are pursuing love, God will make Himself known to them too. That's how much God is love, because love is of God. Let me read something to you. This is from a Father Stephen Freeman, and I thought he put it better than I could. The world rests in your heart and mine as we jostle about and feel for the truth. In the church we say, let us love one another, that with one mind and one heart we may confess Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, one in essence and undivided. Without love, neither of us, you nor I, can confess the creed in truth. It is love, heart-healing love, that makes it possible for us to embrace each other and to forgive all by the resurrection of Christ.